And a happy Sunday to you. I got my coffee here. Perfect. Oh, delicious. I've been aging it, or letting it rest, or whatever Hoffman said. Hoffman, he has a YouTube channel. He's like this coffee connoisseur. He's like this all-out wonderful guy. And so I grind my grounds a day ahead. By the way, I have kind of an idea here. If you buy your coffee in bags, there's a valve. But believe it or not, it's not the valve. It's not what you think. It's actually an out valve, not an in valve. So when they roast coffee, there's a certain amount of carbon dioxide that gets released in the process. Obviously, it got cooked, right? Or roasted. So that valve actually allows the beans to outgas, but it won't allow oxygen back into the system. And I had the windows open this morning. It's such a beautiful day. So you're going to hear extraneous and pronounced noises this morning. But welcome to Mexico. Son gas. El gas que te roba más. Son gas, the gas that steals the most from you. I do not like that company. So to hell with them. Long story. One day I'll tell it. Anyway. So what's on tap for today? Let's see. On Sundays I'm going to start living, the life with the family. If we, we work Saturdays, so if we go out on Sunday, we want to be able to go downtown, eat a little here and there and everything else. It's not a big deal. Today we're going to go get birria. And turns out that there's about 38 tortillas in a kilo of them. So each tortilla weighs about 26 grams. And of that, about 38.34%, I'll just say 30, let's round up to 40, what the hell, doesn't matter really. So 40% are actually net carbs. And there's a scale that the diet doctor uses. The CEO, and his name's lacking for me today, so no worries. What are you standing in the street for, baby? Get out of the street, you get killed. Mexico. Person just kind of standing out in the middle of the street. Okay, whatever. This place it really is great. You have no idea. Back to my story. So you got 40 grams carbs, and he said that a super carb restricted diet would be the keto diet, right? And that's under 20 grams per day. That's normally where I live, just because I like eating a lot of meat and fat. But a low carb diet is anywhere between 20 and 50, and maybe pushing it a little higher still. So even if you're maintaining low carb, high fat, as long as you can satiate your hunger, right, so that you're continuing to intermittent fast, that's really the goal. The goal of this thing is to not eat all day long, and to eat once and or twice a day within a 6 hour window. I like a nice 18 hours of giving my stomach a break. And 2 days ago I ate a little heavy too soon before bed. Didn't have a good night last night. Obviously I didn't eat, and feel great. So again, we're sitting at 20 hours right now, in fact. And it's not even the coffee that hasn't had a chance to hit me quite yet. And it's just a sip. But no, I'm this animated in the morning, so this is actually pretty cool. So, looping back around, all the way around, it's between 10 and 11 grams of carbs per tortilla. So, if you're on a super keto diet, 1 to 1.5, and then of course nothing else. So, no veg, nothing. I mean, just meat. But I'm going to eat 5 tacos. So, I used to double them, and I think I used to eat about 8. So I used to eat about 16 tortillas, which means I used to eat a pound of tortillas. That's 160 grams of carb right there, right? So, Jesus, that's just not smart for somebody who pretends to want it to have lost weight, right? So and I'll max out the tortillas with the meat. It's just really delicious. I mean, the corn tortilla is actually part of the flavor, and you dip it in the caldo, the broth, the bone broth that's left over. Oh, it's delicious. So I think I'll get a large, and just use 5 tortillas. Obviously, the birria has no carbs, and the spices and even the little chili pepper I'll eat won't be a big deal. Matter of fact, I don't think I will, because I don't feel like dealing with it. I haven't been able to stand chili lately. My gut is like, bruh, you're Polish, German, and Irish. Guess what you don't have as a genetic staple from your people? Yeah, chilies ain't one of them. Although in very small quantities, it still tastes really good, and the zing is just outstanding. So I'll still do it. So upon eating that, I don't know if we're going to tool around downtown a little bit, but as soon as we get home, I'm going to make myself one of my 4-egg. I separate that. I love these things. Chop up some bacon, chop up some onion, get some real nice salt in there, get some flavor, separate the egg whites and the egg yolks, mix all the stuff with the yolks, and then meringue out the egg whites, and then fold everything in and slow cook that in about 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'll find some cheese to cover it with. Oh, even without cheese, it's great. It tastes like what my dad used to make. It was called a thing. He would rough chop onion, though, and bacon, and you mix all that in, and essentially he makes a frittata, right? And it was kind of scrambled eggs, so he used to call it the thing. But this is kind of the thing à la française. It is a mousse. Literally, I make a mousse, and I cook the mousse. So that's kind of what that would be. So anyway, that's what's on tap today. Next Sunday is what I'm calling Pancake Sunday. Actually, the British have Pancake Tuesday, which is akin to the Louisiana and the French Mardi Gras, Tuesday fat, right? And that's kind of the last day before the Ash Wednesday fast. But I'm going to pull it back to Sunday just because I'm going to make pancakes. And they really are 0 sugar, but they do have some carbs, but it's not ginormous. I can have a stack of 4 pancakes, and I'll see if I get those numbers for you here coming up. And I'm going to just butter them. I mean, to me, the whole taste was the salt and the butter anyway. And I'm really not into the sweet. If I want syrup at all, I will actually make a simple syrup, a very thick simple syrup out of just table sugar, because that's only 50% fructose, where this high fructose corn syrup stuff is 55, and then they add more sugar to that. So high fructose corn syrup is actually really, really super ugly, horribly bad for your liver. It does not like you for doing that. It's bad enough I'm eating the refined grains, but I did learn that these white refined grains, at least they're not whole wheat. Whole wheat is actually kind of bad for you, because the whole wheat, the fiber they add, that skin actually has lectins in it. And I don't even want to go there, but it's just out of the frying pan and into the fire. And this video is kind of stretching the 10 minutes here. So let's go ahead and wind back. So I am going to make myself a pizza with a 200-gram dough ball, but it's my sourdough. So I'm really going to do some research this week to find out if those lactic bacteria not only eat, obviously they eat the sugar out of it and the starches, but do they actually eat some of the gluten? That would be interesting to find out, because then that's actually a pretty awesome bread. Very careful. Of course, 200 grams. And that's with water. So, and it's a very wet dough. But again, I'll get the carbs on that. You notice I never talk about calories, and I don't talk about salt, I don't talk about cholesterol, and it's all BS. All right? That's why you are where you are, because you actually worry about that. All I've ever worried about was carbohydrate. And look at me after 9 months. Am I great? No, I'm a human, just like you. And I swear to you, if you do what I did, you'll be where I am. Punto final. Okay, you guys have a great Sunday, and I'll sign off as I signed in. We'll talk soon. Bye. Maybe I get this on the thumbnail.